When it comes to setting your weight loss goals, you want to set your goals in 20-pound increments. Let's say you have a goal to lose 40 pounds or 60 pounds. You don't want to jump out right of the gate trying to lose 60 pounds all at one time or 40 pounds all at one time. That's the mistake that a lot of people make. They get excited about their weight loss and decide, I'm going to lose 60 pounds, and they're excited about losing the weight, and so they get on, most of the time, some kind of a crash diet, cut out all the carbs out of their life, and this just makes life completely miserable, or at least it did for me. So what I recommend doing is setting your goals in 20-pound increments, and that way when you set your calories up, you can set up a calorie, to be in a calorie deficit, you can set it up to where it's tolerable and life is not miserable. And you lose the weight a little bit slower. But when you lose it slower, it's easier to keep off in the long term. I'm still lean. After all this time, I'm still nice and lean. And right now I'm eating at a calorie maintenance level, which means I'm taking in all the calories that I need to stay around the same weight. I happen to be right now about 170, and I would like to bulk and put on a little bit of lean muscle, but I'm not even in a hurry to do that. As I mentioned before, to lose weight you have to be in a calorie deficit. You need to burn more calories during the day than you're actually eating or consuming. And the best way to do that is to set a goal to lose just 20 pounds at a time, and then you can put yourself in that deficit and not be miserable. When you go from eating your normal 4,000 calories, 5,000 calories, and believe me, it's easy. If you were to track what you've been eating right now, I'll almost guarantee you've been eating at least 4,000, somewhere probably between 4,000 to 5,000 calories, whether you realize it or not. And it is super easy to do. So when you go from that all of a sudden to eating just no carbs, you cut all of that stuff out of your diet, and even very few fats and very few sugars after you've been eating all of that stuff, life is going to be miserable for you. I reserve some calories a lot of times for a 210 calorie Hershey almond bar. Now I don't do that all the time. I eat about 80% healthy and about 20% just whatever I want to eat. And that makes life much, much better even when you're cutting weight. As I've mentioned before, if you're going to try to compete or be some type of competitor, you've obviously got to be a little bit more strict. But if you just want to lose weight and keep it off and learn how to keep it off and not put it back on, it's all about those calories. Now on the health and fitness CD that I've recorded, I talk about the calorie deficit, and that's the main thing I focus on. But in the seminars that I'm presenting, we will talk about the calorie deficit, and we'll also talk about how to track your macros, because it is good you can lose weight just by being in a calorie deficit alone, and that'll do it, and I've proved it. But it is better, I believe, to track your macros and get the proper balance between protein, fats, and carbs. And we'll talk about in the seminars how to split that up, how to divide those calories up, what percentages will be good for you depending on if you're trying to lift some weights and do some toning or build a little bit of muscle, do some strength training, or if you're just doing cardio, if you're the type of person that just wants to do cardio, maybe you're a runner or even into some of the high intensity cardio, it's still a great idea to get the proper amounts of protein, fats, and carbs, and it'll help you stay lean. It'll help you get leaner even quicker than just the calorie deficit alone. But if nothing else, if you're one of those that you don't like tracking, you don't want to be burdened down you want to keep it as simple as possible. If you're one of those people, and that's how I was in the beginning, there's so much information out there, I stripped it down to just, I'm just going to track my calories and that's it. And just consume enough calories to make myself be in that deficit. And I'm going to track my calories as close to perfect as I can. It's just going to be approximate no matter what you do. Unless you buy a food scale and never eat out and you weigh all your food, it's just going to be approximate. And what I found out is it can be approximate, and you can lose weight, and you don't have to burden yourself with being overly strict and splitting atoms on counting calories. But if you'll track your calories relative to the way you eat and put yourself in that deficit and be consistent, you will lose weight. I lost on average about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a week. Enough to get nice and lean over a period of time. Earl Nightingale once said, never give up on a dream because of the amount of time that it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. And I know you're in a hurry to lose weight once you get started, and once you get in your mind, you want to go 2 days. You want, after 2 days, you want to be lean, and you don't want to be overweight anymore. But it's something that you have to realize you need to be in it for the long term. It's not just a temporary thing. Any weight loss that you get, if your mind is not set on making it a permanent lifestyle, any weight loss that you accomplish is just going to be temporary. And we talk a lot about in the seminar about the mental aspects, the mental strategies that you need to help get your mind right and get your mind set on not stopping, not quitting, and making health and fitness a permanent lifestyle. Because that's what's going to make you happy through the long term, and that's what's going to help you live healthy and help you live a more productive life. And you'll feel so much better about yourself. So contact me down below, and I would love to come and present a seminar at your home or with your church group or organization, at your place of business, or any other location. I will come and present a free health and fitness seminar, and I'll have my CD as a product, and there's some other health and fitness products that will be available to purchase. There's no obligation to any of this, but I'll share this information. We'll talk about how to get you set up in the proper amount of calories to be in a calorie deficit. Also how to set up those macros, the protein, fats, and carbs, and I'll make it simple and easy for you to where it's easy to follow. This is for my sister Leah. She was ragging me the other day about how many times I lifted my shirt up in the other video. But hey, I feel great. I'm healthy, I'm lean. I'm in the best shape of my life. I don't weigh much more than I did when I graduated high school, so of course I'm going to be excited about it. But we pick on each other, so it's all in good fun. Contact me down below. Subscribe to my videos. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos in regards to health and fitness to give you tips to help make it easier. But you can be lean and healthy and fit no matter what age you are right now. No matter what your weight is, no matter what your weight loss goals are, you can accomplish them. And I'll be glad to help you do that.